If you have pain in your wrist or have carpal tunnel syndrome, did you know that it might be actually caused by poor posture? It's true. There's a median nerve that travels from your neck down your shoulder, your arm, and into your wrist that controls the first, second, third, and part of the fourth finger. And if all you're doing is wrist exercises and stretches to relieve that pressure, you may be missing half of the battle. And today I've got 3 simple but very powerful and effective postural exercises to do that will relieve carpal tunnel syndrome and wrist pain. So go ahead and stick with me. Hi, I'm Coach Todd with feelgoodlife.com, where we teach people over 50 how to get healthy, pain-free joints. And in today's video, I want to teach you 3 powerful exercises that you can do that are postural exercises to relieve carpal tunnel syndrome and wrist pain. Now, wrist exercises and stretches are still important. We've got a great video for you. Actually, our last video taught you simple exercises for your wrist and hand to relieve carpal tunnel, but it's really only one side of the coin. And the other side, like I mentioned before, is the posture. And if you're slumped over and hunched, and what happens over years is those nerves in your neck start to get pinched. And just like if you were to kink the one end of a hose, right? Say you swivel up the end of a hose up to a spigot and you try to turn it on, but you pinch it, you're gonna have less water on the other side of the hose, right? Or sometimes even no water. So it's the same thing with a nerve, right? The nerve starts up in the neck and it travels down, but if it's pinched, you're gonna start to feel things in your wrist and your hand. So if all you focus on the end of the hose, you're missing half of it, which is why postural exercises are super important. So let's go ahead. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and that like button. We release videos every week to teach you how to get healthy, strong, pain-free joints. But let's go ahead and dive right into the 3 powerful postural exercises to relieve carpal tunnel syndrome. All right, let's go ahead and start with the first exercise called chin tucks. Now, this is an isometric exercise, which means you're strengthening things without even moving. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show it to you from the side, and you're going to want to sit or stand with a neutral posture, which all means is you're not hunched over, right? You're just sitting upright, and you're not too far upright, but you're just nice and comfortably sitting upright. Then you're going to tuck that chin in. So your goal, and may not be flattering, but you're going to try to get as many double or triple chins as you can. Again, not something you normally want to try to do, but for this exercise, that's the goal. So you tuck that chin in. You're not tucking it down, you're tucking it in. So you're going to feel that stretch in the back of the neck, keeping your shoulders relaxed, and you're going to hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. And you're going to do it 10 times total. So pull back and release. And you'll feel it in the back. You're strengthening those extensor muscles again. Over time, over decades, we start to hunch forward, right? You know, that kind of the hunchback of Notre Dame style, right? And so some of these exercises, really all these exercises, are to pull things back. Because you pinch in, you tighten up that part of the hose that's connected to the spigot, and you don't end up with any water on the outside. And that's one of the biggest culprits with carpal tunnel syndrome. So chin tucks. So tuck that chin in, hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, and then release. Tuck it in, and then release. So that first exercise is called chin tucks. All right, number 2 postural exercise to relieve carpal tunnel syndrome is scapular retraction. So scapula is just a fancy word for your shoulder blade, right? You've got 2 of them in the back, in your back, and it helps with mobility in your shoulders and arms and whatnot. And so again, what happens is we start to hunch over, and if you can see this, the scapulas start to kind of round. And as the scapula rounds, the shoulder blades, they come away from the spine. And then what happens is it starts to pinch things up, right? So it's pinching on those nerves that come out from that spine. So scapular retraction is you're pulling those scapulas together. So you're not pulling your shoulders up, but you're pulling them, you're rounding them back. So if you can see this, I'm pulling my shoulders back like this. It's kind of, think of it like pinching your shoulder blades together. Just like this. And you're going to hold it for a few seconds. and then release. Keep your arms nice and relaxed. You can do this while you're watching TV. And in fact, you can do this as many times as you want. Now, we recommend at least 10 times. Hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. But if you're watching television and you think of doing chin tucks or scapular retractions, go ahead and do them because, again, over years, we're doing the opposite motion. So doing that as many times as you want is perfectly fine. So pull back and hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and then release. Remember, this one especially, your shoulders are going to want to hunch up. Just make sure to keep them nice and relaxed. All we're focusing on is our scapulas, or our shoulder blades. Hold it for 2 to 3 seconds and release. What I like to do is sometimes imagine or pretend there's weights on my elbows. So pretend there's weights on my elbows, kind of pulling those shoulders down, and then do that scapular retraction. There you go. So you're going to do that one at least 10 times, and you're going to hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. And again, it's pulling things back. You do the chin tucks, helped pull the neck back, and then the second exercise, scapular retraction, helped pull the shoulders and the shoulder blades back. All right, postural exercise number 3. This one is actually a stretch. It's called the chest stretch. And again, as everything starts to come forward, your chest muscles start to tighten and atrophy, which really just means get shorter and shorter over time, and then it's harder to pull back. So the first 2 exercises were strengthening exercises to pull things back, but now we also have to stretch the front part of our body to give the exercises the best chance to pull things back into alignment to improve that posture so it can prevent the carpal tunnel from happening long term. So this one is chest stretch, and there's a few different ways. I'm actually on our bed/couch. We're at our RV, and this is kind of a good spot to do the videos. But so I'm going to show it to you on the couch. You can do it on a couch or a bed. Really, the ideal place is in a doorway, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a doorway as well. But if you're sitting on the couch watching television, make sure to scooch to the edge of the couch, and you can just place your hand flat on the bed and then rotate. So I'm doing this with my right hand, and my elbow is slightly bent. It's not all the way extended. It's just slightly bent. And now keep that hand in place and stretch one direction. You're gonna feel that all through your chest as well as your bicep or the front part of your arm. You're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. Again, make sure that shoulder's relaxed. It's gonna wanna hunch up. Just keep that relaxed. Remember the tip to pretend there's little weights hanging from your elbows. Just keep that shoulder relaxed and rotate. Now again, not ideal to do it from the bed. It's okay to do it from a bed. It's not gonna hurt. As long as you're being gentle, you want a gentle stretch. You don't need to yank your body around. Be gentle with your body. Number 2 way of doing it is in a doorway. And so if we were to imagine a doorway here, I would have put my arm up like this. This is like the door frame, and I'm just rotating out away from the door or the door frame. So you want to keep this arm stationary and just rotate, and you're going to feel that really good the stretch in your chest. You can also extend your arm out away from the door. That can sometimes put some extra stress on the elbow, so you want to be careful with that. And again, making sure that shoulder stays relaxed. And then hold it for 30 seconds and back down. So 3 different ways of doing that. If you can't get your shoulder, if you've got limited mobility in your shoulder and you can't get it all the way up, that's fine. Just drop your elbow down and place your elbow down in a comfortable position so it's not yanking on your shoulder. And if you find the doorway stretch too difficult, go ahead, you can do it from a bed, just like this, and you're getting a gentle stretch. Remember to keep those shoulders down. That's a key point. So that stretch is this chest stretch, and it's really important to elongate the chest muscle so it gives a better chance for the exercises to work and do their job. Well, those are three powerful and effective exercises and stretches that are all based off of your posture to help relieve carpal tunnel syndrome and wrist pain. Now, we're not gonna leave you hanging here. I know we've taught you the exercises, but now you've gotta do the exercises, right? And so we've got a free guide. Go ahead and click below. There's a link. You don't need to put your email address in. That's gonna give you a 4-week progression for the postural and the wrist and hand exercises and stretches. So you can just follow along, you can print it off or keep it up on your computer. And so every day, and you can see that progress over time as you improve your posture and help relieve the pain in your wrist caused by carpal tunnel syndrome. So thanks so much for joining me. If you enjoy learning how to keep your joints healthy and strong and pain-free, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Coach Todd with feelgoodlife.com, and I look forward to continuing on with you in your journey and helping you live your best life free from joint pain. So thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.